Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sugar Pill Self Care Podcast, a practical guide to self love. As always, I am your host, Candy Washington, and I cannot wait to help you lead a more joyful life. But before we dive into today's episode, which is how to actually make 2023 your best year yet. And I am not talking about New Year's resolutions, absolutely not. But before we dive in, I wanted to remind you that if you needed extra support during your journey to self love and self worth and just being your most confident self, you can check out our Create Your Dream Life course. It's linked below in the show notes and in the description box. And you can also find it on candywashington.com, where you can also go to sign up for our free newsletter. Also, don't forget to grab our self-love journal that's available on amazon.com and also on the website as well. Be sure to share this with a friend to keep the conversation going, subscribe, and also join us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And if you cannot wait for your self-love fix, then subscribe to 1214 Media Premium on Apple Podcast for early and bonus episodes, okay? So with that, let's dive right on in. So it's the end of the year. I mean, time has been flying, but it's the time when, we want to reflect, and then we also want to, consciously look forward and really use our intentionality to create our next year, our next phase in life, our next chapter. So I thought I would share with you some very powerful exercises that you can do to really reclaim your power and your self-worth and get really clear about the person that you are choosing to become. All right, now you're going to need a journal for this or some paper, but you're going to need a journal because this is a journaling exercise. So let's start. The first part of this is the letting go, the letting go process. So, on a loose leaf piece of paper, I want you to journal on this question. And you don't need to set a timer, just allow yourself to flow. Let your conscious mind flow. Don't edit yourself, don't criticize yourself, don't judge yourself. Just let whatever come up, come up. Set aside some time for this, play some, relaxing music, some classical music, pour yourself whatever drink you want, a nice coffee or tea or any type of beverage, light a candle, maybe a scented candle, and just really take this time to be with yourself. Take this time to honor yourself. Take this time to just be, make this time important to you. Okay, so the first part of this is the letting go phase, the letting go. So, like I said, get that loose piece of paper and journal on this. The mistakes that I made this year was, and then just really take a deep breath and just let it flow out. What are the mistakes that you made this year? What are the areas where you felt like you made the wrong choice? Something bad happened. You aren't, you know, just any mistakes you feel that you've made, any regrets, right? Any regrets from the past year. You should have done this, but you did something else, right? Or you wish you would have done that, or you made this wrong turn, or you made this wrong, whatever, right? Journal that out, okay? Once you get it all out, the next prompt is I haven't been able to let them go because. So why haven't you been able to let go of what the feeling of making these mistakes mean? Like, why haven't you been able to let go? Why are you still holding on to shame? Why are you still holding on to blaming yourself? Why are you still holding on to guilt? Why are you still holding on to resentment, right? Why are you still holding on to the belief that any mistake you make can keep you from your destiny, right? So journal on that. I haven't been able to let them go because dot, dot, dot. So once you've journaled all of that out, now I want you to do something to physically and symbolically represent that you are letting it go. You can rip it up. You can rip it up. You can tear it up and throw it in the garbage. You can burn it. You can flush the paper down the toilet. Don't get it clogged. But I want you to do something that physically symbolizes of you letting it go, of you unburdening yourself. Because we're not bringing shame, guilt, resentment, blame, like feeling bad about a mistake. Surprise, you're a human being. All humans make mistakes. It's a part of being a human being. If you actually didn't make any mistakes, that would be weird and not true. We all make mistakes and that's okay. But we're not taking that into 2023. We're leaving it. So do something to symbolically cut that cord, right? Let that go. Next, we have, and now this is a journal prompt for your journal. Now I want you to write some affirmations. Feel free to make your own. Feel free to change these up to whatever resonates with you. But here's some guidance on that. You could say something like, I'm willing to forgive myself for these perceived mistakes. I'm willing to forgive myself for these perceived mistakes. I choose to let go of the shame. I choose to let go of the blame. I choose to let go of the guilt. I choose to let go of the resentment. I choose to let go of my self-doubt that these so-called mistakes have caused in my life. I choose to unburden myself with unforgiveness. I choose to forgive myself for all things and at all times. I choose to let go of the past. I choose to take the wisdom and the lesson that I learned from my mistakes with me and to let go of anything else. So just jam out on some affirmations like that, on self-forgiveness and on letting go, okay? Feel free to make them your own. Now, that was the letting go process. We're leaving all of that crap behind and we're not taking it with us into 2023. The next section is the self-acceptance for the current moment, right? So we let go of the past and we're not going to get, of course, we're talking about, being our best versions of ourselves in 2023, but don't forget about the power of now. Don't forget about the present moment, right? Don't forget about how you feel now. You can be happy, you can be whole, you can be fulfilled now. You don't have to put it in the future. So let's do some self-acceptance for the current moment, okay? Now, again, I want you to get out a loose piece of paper. And I want you to do some headers. One can be finances, one can be career. And so let me say, so the finances is your money, right? Do you feel like you have enough money, not enough money, whatever it is. That's what the finances are. What is your financial situation, right? And then you have career. Career is more about, are you fulfilled in your job? Are you fulfilled as an entrepreneur? Who do you work for? And all of that stuff. So career is more about what you do, what your profession is, right? Then another header is romantic relationships, right? Whether you're married, whether you're single, whether you're dating, engaged, whatever it is, that's your romantic relationships. Then I want you to do a header for your friendships, right? What is the state of your friendships? That's really important, your support system, your community. Then I want another header for lifestyle, right? Like, what is your lifestyle like? Do you go shopping a lot? Do you not go shopping a lot? Do you sleep in? Do you eat organic? Do you not eat organic? Do you really like music? Like, what's your lifestyle? How do you live your life? And then body, how is your health? How is your physical health? How's your body? What's going on with that? And then I also want a bucket for family. What are your family relationships, whether you have children or siblings or parents or whatever it is? What's your family dynamic like, right? And then I also want you to put in a header for mental health. What is the state of your emotional state, your well-being, your mind, right? And for each of those headers, and if you feel pretty confident in some, you don't really have anything you want to change, then you don't have to put it down. This is for areas where you feel you really want to change something, right? Where you feel lack. That's really where I want you to put these headers. And I want you to write the sentence, I should have ... or I should be ... Okay. Now, these are the shoulds. These are the joy killing shoulds of life that keep you feeling not good enough, that keep you feeling worthless, that keeps you feeling unlovable, that keeps you feeling unsuccessful. These are the shoulds. So, for example, in your finances, you say, I should be a millionaire by now. Say it's your career. I should be the vice president of my company by now. Romantic relationships, the old one, I should be married by now. Friendships, I should have a group of 20 girls in my squad, whatever, right? Lifestyle, right? I should be taking exotic vacations by now. Body, I should have thigh gap. Family, I should have, a two-parent household or whatever it is. So whatever your shoulds are, mental health, whatever the shoulds are there, like I shouldn't have to take, anxiety medicine or whatever it is, right? All of the shoulds, all of the criticisms, all of the judgment, all of those things that either society is telling you you should be or should have, your family is telling you you should be, you should have, or your friends, or even yourself, these expectations you put on yourself. Write them all down and get them all out. And then I want you to cross them out. Just cross them out. And then I want you to put on the top of your paper, so what? These are two of the most powerful words in the English language. So what? So what you're not a millionaire by now? So what you're not married by now? So what you don't have kids by now? So what? So what? So what? Who freaking cares, right? Get rid of the shoulds. So what? None of that means you're not good enough. None of that means you're not worthy or lovable. None of that means that somehow you're behind or you're stunted or whatever. It just means this is where you are right now. And the truth is, a lot of the shoulds maybe aren't even things that you actually want yourself. They're just things that you think you should have or should be doing, but they're not actually what you authentically feel, right? So let the shoulds go. Let them go. This is your life, not your parents, not your friends, not Instagrams, not TikToks, not any of those voices telling you you're not good enough, you're too far behind, it will never happen for you, you're a failure, you might as well give up now. No, shut down those voices and tell them, so what? Reclaim your power. And just like we did before, I want you to burn that piece of paper. I want you to rip it up. I want you to put it in the trash can. I want you to flush it down the toilet. Whatever you want to do. I want you to do whatever you need to do to release it. But we're not taking the shoulda, woulda, couldas, the should have, should be into 2023. We're leaving them because guess what? We don't need them. Okay. Now in your journal, under the same headers, right? Under the same headers, I want you to write down 10 to 20 things that you are currently grateful for under each header, or just anything about that brings you joy or happiness or that you're particularly proud of, right? Just right now in the current moment. So, for example, your finances, I'm really proud of myself that I saved 10% of my income this year, or I'm really proud of myself that I was able to, buy a new laptop to work on something, whatever, right? Career. I'm really proud of myself that I pitched, 5 new job opportunities this year. Whatever it is, romantic partners, right? I'm so happy and grateful that, my boyfriend is so loving or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Friendships, I'm so happy and grateful that my best friend is always there for me. I'm so happy and grateful that me and my friend were able to work through things, whatever the situation is. Lifestyle, right? I'm so happy and grateful that this year I learned how to slow down. This year I started taking breaks. Body, I'm just so happy and grateful that my body works. Thank you, legs, for, walking me places. Thank you, eyes, for seeing. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm even able to write this down or to talk. Whatever it is, write it down. Family. I'm so happy and grateful that my parents are still alive. I'm so happy and grateful that my children are doing well. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm close to my brother. Whatever it is, right? Write them down and do 10 or 20 or do more. But this is going to shift your energy. It's going to shift your perspective from how come I don't have this by now to wow, look at everything I already have. And when you appreciate what you already have, the world, the universe, God will move mountains to give you more. So really have fun with it, enjoy it, feel that feeling of appreciation, of gratitude, of joy for every single thing you already have. Feels good. I'm all warm inside. It feels so good. Okay, now the next section is called Current Me and Future Me. Now, on this section, this will be in the journal, and you can either do the back of one page and the front of one page, or you could do one page and put it in half. But you want to have one side and another side. So on the left-hand side, you want to put the current me. So draw like a stick figure of yourself or just an image of yourself that represents you, and write things that are you currently feel good or bad. Like I'm currently tired all the time, or I have all this energy all the time, or I'm currently freelancing, or I'm currently in a relationship, or I'm currently single. You don't have to say I'm currently, but just, have the stick figure there that represents you, and then just write words and write phrases and attributes that represent who you are right now. You can use, again, those different headers and buckets for inspiration. Then on the other side, I want you to again draw a stick figure of yourself, right? Or whatever image of yourself. And then this is going to be titled Future Me. And I want you to do the same, but this time write everything that you're becoming in the future. I always have so much energy. I have money overflowing in the bank account. I've now started my own business. I've now been promoted. I'm now in a happy relationship. I'm now making this amount of money. I now live in this city. I now drive this car. I now feel so confident. I now feel so clear. I no longer have whatever, blah, 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 blah. Write down all the attributes and words and phrases and what you're doing that represents the future you, the person that you are becoming. Okay. So now you have a clear understanding of the current you, who you are right now, and we're accepting that. That is coming from a place of self-acceptance, right? And under the current me, I want you to write, I accept who I am and exactly where I am. I'm grateful for all of the abundance currently in my life while I happily and eagerly wait for more. And waiting doesn't mean you don't do anything. Waiting just means that you're not anxious, you're not depressed, you're just knowing it's going to come in. Okay? I'll say that again. I accept who I am, exactly where I am. I am grateful for all of the abundance that is currently in my life while I happily and eagerly wait for more. Okay. And then you have the future me there. Okay. Now, the next part. This is also in your journal. Now, I want you to put on the header on the top of the page, in 2023, my why is, right? So we talk about the why, what's the reason? What's the purpose? What's the value add? I don't want your why to be in service of other people. That might sound counterintuitive. I just want to give back to the community. I just want to be a good person and give and help other people. Yeah, that's great. And you're going to do that. Perfect. But for this exercise, I want the focus to be on you. I want your focus to be on helping yourself. I want the purpose to be on self-love. I want the purpose to be on what your goals are, what your happiness is, and what your joy is. So I want your why to be about you. So on the top, say, In 2023, my why is, and then I want you to just journal out. And again, don't edit yourself, don't criticize, don't judge. And I want you to journal on 2 affirmations. I am worthy of dot, 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 and then just make a list. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of a new home. I am worthy of blah, 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 blah. And then you can also use another one, I am deserving of, right? I am deserving of a committed and healthy relationship. I am deserving of supportive and genuine friends. I am deserving of a raise at work. I am deserving of a new car. I am deserving of my own forgiveness, right? I am worthy of, a calm mind and a clear spirit, right? Whatever it is that you want to proclaim that you are worthy of, that you want to proclaim that you are deserving of, and let that be your why. Because this is what you are going to come back to when you start to slip into those, well, I should have this by now, I should have that by now, or I can't get my goal, or I don't know what to do, or I'm not going to really keep my boundaries in check with people, or I'm going to slack off on bop, 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 bop. When you start getting into that mode of sort of slipping back into that complacency or not feeling good enough, you need to come back to this journal entry of your why, of the why, of what you're worthy of what you're deserving of, so that the one person you don't quit on is yourself, right? So now that you have your whys, what you're worthy of, what you're deserving of, then I want you to put a header in your journal. In 2023, I am, right? Because this is really about getting clear on the person that you are becoming, that highest, most confident, most self-loving version of you. That's really what it's about. It's about who are you choosing to become, who you be. That is what we're doing here, okay? Now, within this one, you can use the headers again in finances, career, and romantic relationships, and friendships, and lifestyle, and body, and family, and mental health. I am. And don't worry about the how. Don't think like, I am paying off all my debt. I am buying a new house. I am getting my best, healthiest body. I am dating, da, 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 da. Don't worry about the how. We got clear on the why. This is to get clear on the what, on what you're calling in and on what you want, because you're not going to be able to get what you want until you know what you want, right? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? And what do you want to have? In 2023, I am taking a lavish, luxurious vacation. I am moving across the country. I am getting out of toxic relationships. I am learning how to love myself. I'm learning how to accept myself. I'm learning how to forgive myself. I am creating healthy boundaries with my mother. I am I am getting a new wardrobe, whatever it is. Have fun with it. Dream big. What are the big things you want to call in? What are the big things you want to be? Do you want to be confident? Do you want to be sexy? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to be wealthy? Do you want to be that person? Because that's what you deserve. And that is the actual truth of who you are. That is the truth of who you are. So get big with it, right? Step into your God self, right? Step into your divinity. Step into your power. Who do you be? And write all that down. And now you have a clear roadmap to how you are going to make 2023 your best year yet by stepping into the highest, most confident, self-loving version of yourself. We're letting go of the past. We're letting go of the shoulda, woulda, couldas. We're letting go of mistakes and regret, shame and blame. We are choosing to accept ourselves for exactly who we are and exactly where we are, because at the end of the day, that is already enough. We are expressing gratitude and appreciation and joy and love for all of the abundance that is already available to us, that is already in our lives. Okay? Then we're getting clear on who we are currently, that we are accepting, and then we're getting clear on who we are becoming, our future selves. Then we're very clear on the why. The why is you are worthy, you are deserving, you are valuable, you are lovable, and you deserve everything you want in this world. Everything you want in this world. We're not getting stuff to be worthy. We're not getting the relationship to be worthy. We're not getting the money to be worthy. We're not getting the body to be worthy. We're not getting the car and the house to be worthy. It's the other way around. You are worthy to live in the house that you want. You are deserving to have the relationship that you desire. You are lovable as you are. You are enough as you are. So therefore, you deserve everything you want. Okay? So we gotten clear on the why, and then have fun with the what. That's the most fun part. Now that you have the what, now you have your goals. Now you have your roadmap. Now you have what you're manifesting into your life. And don't worry about the how. Let the how come to you. And the way you get to figure out the how is one, through surrender. Just let it go and let it come to you through meditation, through prayer, through inspired action, through journaling, through therapy, through taking care of yourself, through betting on yourself, through being confident within yourself. But there you have it. And I promise you, this is an extremely potent and powerful exercise to do. So carve out some time and respect yourself enough to do it. So with that, you guys, I wanted to say happy holidays and have a beautiful and blessed new year. And as always, if you found value in this, please be sure to share with your friends, share with people who might need to hear this. Also be sure to subscribe to the podcast and the YouTube channel, like the video, rate the podcast episode, and also be sure to check out our Create Your Dream Life course. It's the perfect course to start off the new year. You can grab that at the links below and also on the website, candywashington.com. Also pick up the Self-Love Journal that's available on Amazon and also on candywashington.com. Join us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And if you cannot wait for your self-love fix, then go ahead and subscribe to 1214 Media Premium on Apple Podcast for early and bonus episodes, okay? So I love you guys, and if you need me, give me a shout. And as always, take care of yourself and each other, okay? Happy holidays and Happy New Year. I love you.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram at Candy Washington. Let's go!